Hello everyone, this is John. Starting from today, we want to talk about the dairy sector in Ethiopia. About 4 years ago, in Yergalam Industrial Park, we built up our Jojo milk factory. This is one of the modernized factory. It is UHT technology. I think up to now, we are the only UHT system in this country. But since we start work, we meet different challenges. Especially, we cannot get the qualified milk. So by this one, we do research work on the whole milk sector. So finally, we get this research paper. This is an assessment of challenges and opportunities of dairy farming business in Ethiopia. So let me explain it one by one. No doubt, for this milk sector, it plays a vital role in your country, in Ethiopia. You see, we have about 70,000 cattle, but unfortunately, the productivity is very low. For example, we have about 17 million of these cows, but daily the processing is only 40 tons. That means 400 quintal only per day. So what's the reasons? Why the productivity is so slow? Surely, there's a customization problem because only 5% of the milk production is customized, commercialized. But we also find different challenges in this one. So my research is to show how it comes the inefficiency of the supply chain of this milk sector and also the challenges which we meet. For this milk sector, in the rural area, it supports the rural livelihoods. And also, it cares for us about mutual security, who lived in the cities. Also, make us grow up of our economic growth. So, this is very important because 85% of the farmers is involved in such kind of section. So, by this way, we want to make the value chain analysis about this dairy farming. No doubt, it's very important. Because what? Because to identify the efficiency and enhance the productivity and strengthen market access. We'll make the market access. And then we should strengthen the market access to link the small stakeholders with the market. And also, we should boost the profitability because the cost of the animal feed is so much. So by this way, the farmers, they are not afford to buy the animal feed. And also, when they have the disease, they cannot get immediate service from the voluntary. So by this way, they are not encouraged to invest in this sector. And also, I think the integration of the costs into together make it more than 1,000 till 5,000, 10,000 cows. We breed it together in one modern farm. This is also another solution. Such kind of way is also helpful to make the environment friendly, to improve the sustainability. So one by one, I will explain it to you. Let's start from the objectives of my study and the potential contribution of this research paper. We want to analyze the dairy value chain in Ethiopia to identify the inefficiency and challenges of milk sector. So we hope we can contribute to policy decisions on enhancing dairy farming through innovation and also investment. First, let's a statement of the problem which we found. One is a fragmented supply chain. Due to lack of coordination between the farmers, processors, and the distributors, it's reduced the efficiency and the market access. You see, for the farmers, the cost of the animal feed is so high, and also sometimes once their cows have the disease, the medicine is not available. So by this way, it's very difficult for them to invest on this sector. If they cannot get the benefit, they will not invest on this sector. This is one issue. The second issue is about undeveloped infrastructure. You see, 85% is the small stakeholders in this dairy sector. So most of them, they are living in the rural area. It's very difficult for them, the processors, to approach them. So one big question for them is how do we improve the infrastructure so let the small stakeholders also can bring their product to the processor. This is one of the headache issue for us we must to solve. And also the third one, that's what I mentioned, is high production cost. It's expensive feed. The veterinary service is also not enough, and the limited economic of scale hinder the profitability of the farmers. And another one, the low mechanization rates. You see, if you go to the rural area, you see most of the farmers, they are using the hand tools rather than use the machine to prepare the food for the animals. And also, another problem also comes from the restrictive policy environment. You know, through the Chinese experience in the past 20 years, in 2008, we also meet one of the crises for the trust of the quality of Chinese milk producer. You know why? Because of quality of the milk supply. So finally, the Chinese government gave the incentives for the processors, ask them to have their own farm. By this way, most of the processors have, starting from 2,000, 5,000, 200,000, even for 500,000 cattle in their farm. They start to establish the farm. You know what the incentives the government gave to them? It's free of the interest by loan. So by this one, to encourage this sector to booming. And also another problem from here is also the limited technology adaptation. You know, I think there are also high demand for us to train the farmers to how to give the qualified milk. So to do such kind of things, we need to integrate the farmers by the cooperative. I think the cooperative, they play a critical role in the rural area to train, to guarantee about the qualified of the milk. Thank you.